This video is sponsored by PokemonStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Are you looking for that last card to complete your deck, or you want to start your adventure and you don't have any TCGO codes? This is the website to start. You can go to PokemonStore.com and use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% off your next order, and they have a huge variety of codes up on their website, ranging from the latest booster packs like Battle Styles. They have Dragapult codes, Eternus codes, Zacian codes, you name it. Be sure to check it out on PokemonStore.com. Also, this video is sponsored by CardMarket.com, the best place for European players to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every day to get rid of my bulk, and you can buy some sweet deals from people all across Europe. I love the website. Be sure to check out the affiliate link in the description. You're gonna be helping me out, and without further ado, let's just get this video started. I'm hyped. Hopefully you guys are hyped as well. Peace! Time to get chillin' with a new rain. Psychic and water get stronger in the game. Calyrex is here, remember the name. The top tables will never be the same. Yeah, playing that E-turn, go home. Galarian Zapdos enters the zone. One energy, boom, it is known. 3 prize cards, we smack you off the throne. Melony cleverly accelerates energy, especially helpfully with water decks you see. Yes. Rapid strike decks get Zeraora V. Really good cards you never really knew. Sniping on the bench can follow through. Yep. Telescopic side is a different view. Going for the shadows with Calyrex. Busted ability, crazy effects. Drawing cards, it's not complex. Nope. Lots of energy to get stronger in steps. Yes, the top 20 best cards of Chilling Reign. If you're excited, destroy the hell out of the like button. Yeah. What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here and welcome back to our TCG episode on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't ever miss any single video. You can also click that little notification bell so you're updated automatically when a new video goes live. So today we're going to be talking about the top 20 best cards of Chilling Reign. First of all, the set will be actually 198 cards before secret rares, and I've been told there's over 50 secret rares and they're like full arts, alternate artworks, all the good stuff. So this is going to be the biggest Sword and Shield set up to date, so that's already very crazy for collectors. There's already a lot of crazy competitive cards in here for players as well, so this is going to be one sought after set. Of course, I'm a big fan of Zapdos. There's also a new Galarian Zapdos in here, and we have the Bird Trio with their Galarian forms. We have the Calyrex, Shadow form, Ice Rider. Is going to be insane. We're going to be talking about some honorable mentions. Also, I want to be giving a huge shout out to Verbank City. This is going to be the group over at Facebook for actually filling in the poll that I did over there. There's actually so many people that helped me out to decide which are the best cards of the set. So this is not only my opinion, this is the opinion of the entire community over at Verbank City, as well as my YouTube community page. So big shout out to everybody that helps to make this list possible. So we have some honorable mentions. We have Peony, an interesting supporter which actually allows you to discard your entire hand in order to search your deck for 2 trainer cards. So it reminds me of Green a little bit, but you have to discard your entire hand. We have Cricketune V in order to just get your hand re-established. So an interesting card. Maybe this will see play with ADP before it actually gets rotated. So I'm actually going to give you these honorable mentions, because otherwise people will say, these are crazy cards, why didn't you mention them? That's the reason. They actually were cut short a little bit. So hopefully you guys will still enjoy this video. If you are a fan of these uploads, daily Pokemon TCG uploads, be sure to demolish that like button as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the wrap as well. Other honorable mentions, Galarian VMAX. Interesting card. If you get damage, you can actually put 12 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon, and with Cheryl, that's actually very interesting. You can attach, use that. I'm not too fond of its weakness, so that's why it's also here. And opponent can also decide not to attack you in the first place. We have Galarian Slowking V. This is an effect that puts the opponent in a poison condition and 12 damage counters between turns, I believe. Could be a little bit mistaken with the numbers here, but they didn't make the top 20 list in general, so these are still Japanese scans. Some of them are, of course, English scans, which actually were provided by Talonite X, so big shout out to that Twitter page. And what else do we see here? Metagross VMAX, searching your deck for 2 trainer cards, also actually for 2 cards in general, I think. In a format with Marnie, I don't think it's going to be that impactful, although we could be seeing an infinite Cheryl spam with Palpad and all that good stuff. Maybe it could work. It's also a Rapid Strike card. We have Seviper. If you played a single strike card during your hand, you actually slap a huge amount of damage. You can boost it up with single strike energies as well as Karen's Conviction, which is a card you're also going to be seeing in this video. There's Blaziken V, which also is an interesting Pokemon. Reminds me a little bit of Sandaconda VMAX in that regard. You slap more damage depending on how many energies you have attached to your Blaziken V, and you also can accelerate after using the attack. So yeah, I think it's 3 basic energies you can accelerate to your Blaziken V. So I don't know if it's going to be that impactful, because the more energies you have, the more you can get punished by attacks like Psychic, attacks like the attack from Victini V. I don't know. As well as Old Cemetery. It's a very crazy stadium card, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be seeing immediate play. It could see its way into the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX deck, but on the other hand, there's way better stadium cards out there, and after rotation, this probably will see more play. But if you attach an energy to your non-psychic type Pokemon, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So these are the honorable mentions out of the way, and there's also Fiona. I think there's also Fiona or something. That is a card that actually allows you to swap 3 cards from your prize cards, random cards, with 3 cards from your hand. So stall players would also love that. But these are the honorable mentions. Without further ado, let us get started with the top 20 best cards of Chilling Reign. Are you guys ready? Let's go. On the number 20 spot, we have Gardevoir with the Arcana Light. It's an interesting card for sure. As you can see here, once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energies you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Put the other cards into your hand. So it's a semi-intrepid sort, but your turn doesn't end. I know it's a stage 2, but we have the new Cresselia here with the Miracle Steps, the exact same thing as a Frogadier. You remember Frogadier, Water Duplicates, the exact same thing. You can search your deck for all the Cresselia you want and put all the Cresselia onto your bench. There's also a Gallade coming in the set, which slaps more damage for every V Pokemon they have in play. So we have Fighting type coverage, you have Psychic type coverage, there's the Fog Crystals to search out your Ralst early on. So I don't know how good it will be. This is a stage 2 that probably will see some minor success on the versus ladder, but I don't think it's going to be that impactful because, as you know, the format is way too quick. There's bosses orders. They can actually punish you instantly by just gusting up your Cresselia before they're able to evolve. But if you're able to get out Gardevoir, you actually might want to use the attack Brainwave, which actually slaps 60 damage plus 30 more for every psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. And with the Arcana Light, you actually can get this up quite nicely. You can also make use of Oranguru to put a card from your hand on top of the deck, so you make sure at the end the Arcana Light ability, you find energies and you can accelerate them. So build in acceleration, build in draw, slapping some reasonable damage, and it actually can get more damage for every psychic energy you have. You might actually go second, go for something like Cresselia, which we're also going to be talking about in this video, and then evolve your into Cresselia, go for the Miracle Steps. Who knows? It could be an interesting archetype. Ending it up here on the number 20 spot. Ability is busted because of Intrepid Sword, but it's a stage 2, and I'm always wary of stage 2s in the format that is so quick. Okay, there's also cards that I haven't talked about. Fog Crystal, we'll see that later up on this video. So if you don't know what Fog Crystal does, it actually allows you to search your deck for a Psychic basic Pokemon or a Psychic basic energy. So we're going to be talking about that very, very shortly. Number 19, Malamar, another stage 1 prize attacker. I love this deck. Yeah, I'm a Blounce player, you already know me. I love having infinite damage output and one-hit KOing a lot of Pokemon. Well, Malamar has some capabilities here. It is a Rapid Strike card, so you can search it out with Octillery. You can actually make use of the other cards that work with Rapid Strike. So in this theory, Rapid Tentacles, its attack 40 damage. You may reveal as many Rapid Strike cards from your hand as you like. This attack does 40 damage times the number of cards you revealed, so you can choose how many, and then shuffle all those cards back in the deck. So similar to Baby Blaziken, if you have a hand filled with Rapid Strike cards, you can get one-hit KOs on anything. For instance, let's say you have 10 Rapid Strike cards in your hand. I know it might seem ridiculous, but you slap 400 damage, and you don't actually get, these cards won't get removed, which is insane. So if you're able to set up Octillery, which is able to search out the Rapid Strike cards in general, you can actually get consistent damage output, because either with Octillery, search out your next Malamar, you can use your Karina's Focus, you can search out your Tower of Waters to have some minor retreat cost issues. We can actually have the Rapid Strike energy if you're playing something along the lines, maybe with Rapid Strike Urshifu in the mix thrown in there. You never know, but Malamar is a 1 prize attacker. If you fill your deck filled with Rapid Strike cards. The NKs are Rapid Strike, the Malamars are Rapid Strike, a 4/4 Auxiliary line. As soon as you get all these auxiliaries set up, you actually, every single time you can use the Rapid Strike Surge. The first one goes to Karuna's Focus, drawing yourself more cards, then more cards come out of the deck with other auxiliaries, and then you one-hit KO anything for only 1 Psychic Energy. You can make use of Horror Psychic Energy if the damage output isn't enough. If they slap into you, they actually get 2 damage counters thanks to Horror Psychic Energy. You can make use of Lucky Egg, which is also a card I put on here because of the fact that Lucky Egg allows you to refill your hand if Malamar goes down. I know there's Tool Jammer in the format, I know there's Tool Scrapper in the format, but I still think this does deserve a shot to at least try it out. Malamar could actually become better. It also hits weakness against Urshifus. And yeah, we'll see how good Malamar actually will be. It's flying in here on the number 19 spot. Number 18 is this fella. We're actually gonna have to get our sponsors a little bit out of the way. They come back very shortly. So we have Pokedown Store and Card Market, my beloved sponsors, but we need to read this attack here. This is the Mad Party Killer. I'm only putting it here on the number 18 spot, and the reason for that is just because it's only a Mad Party counter. It's not going to be finishing off any games, although if you're up against let's say you're up against a deck and there's like 5 Pokemon in their discard pile, you actually get those Pokemon from the discard pile back in their deck, which is something I don't like. Even though you can put damage counters on some Pokemon, it's definitely the Mad Party counter. If you're weak against Mad Party and Mad Party ever sees success, you can just put this in. This reminds me of the way like Blaziken and GX back in the days. If it ever is like the top tier deck, you can slide your deck in with a Tapu Fini, which is the exact same thing that is going to be happening over here. So Ghostly Scream, count the number of Pokemon cards in your opponent's discard pile. In a Mad Party, let's say 10 Mad Party Pokemon are in there. Put that many damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like, and then shuffle all of those Pokemon cards from the discard pile back in their deck. So not only do you nullify the damage output of Mad Party back to 0, you also put like a bazillion damage counters on your opponent's field, and the Mad Party Pokemon do have a low amount of hit points, so you can get multiple KOs. You put their damage output back to 0, and you can use a Melony as well during that turn. It's utterly ridiculous that this actually is here to destroy Mad Party. Mad Party after rotation will lose triple accelerated energy. They could still rely on the Cherrim Engine and some Grass Energy and Twin Energy, but on the other hand, this is just Mad Party. Yeah, it's worst nightmare. Let's just be honest. On the number 18 spot here, it's going to be Spiritomb. Number 17, Blaziken VMAX Rapid Strike. It has a first attack clutch. The defending Pokemon cannot retreat during their opponent's next turn. Yeah, so you can trap opponents with like Bulbasaurs, and if they don't have Switch, and unfortunately in a format with Escape Rope, Switch, and yeah, Bird Keeper and all that, Mockus, you're probably not going to be trapping anyone. And I do love the effect because you're able to accelerate energies here. As you can see, Max Blaze 130 damage output, which is actually not bad. Gets most of the one prize Pokemon, as well as two-shotting, actually one-hit KOing Zacian as well. So Zacian and all that good stuff gets one-hit KO'd. And you can attach an energy card from your discard pile to up to 2 of your bench Rapid Strike Pokemon. And it does state energy card, so you can accelerate Rapid Strike energy. The new impact and all these special energies are not mentioned in this video because I don't think they're that good. Probably will see a little bit of play, but on the other hand, this is interesting here because of the fact that you have Rapid Strike energy, which you immediately can accelerate to 2 of your bench Pokemon. So you can set yourself up with an Urshifu VMAX, maybe even 2 of them at the same time. You can also have your deck filled up with an Inteleon V, a Blaziken VMAX, an Urshifu VMAX. So you're covering a lot of types. You're covering the Water type with Inteleon, covering the Fire type with Blaziken VMAX, covering the Fighting type with Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. You have a whole arsenal of attackers that are able to utilize the Rapid Strike energy. So love the card. It is a stage 1 and can attack for 1 energy, but it's only on the number 17 spot because is it worth it to fill your deck up with a Blaziken which doesn't one-hit KO? We're in a format where Shadow is around and VMAXs have bazillion HP, so you have to 3-shot VMAXs with this attack. I don't know how to feel about this. So right now, sliding it on the number 17 spot. The community is a little bit more enthusiastic about Blaziken, but on the other hand, it's just Blaziken VMAX. It's a stage 1 which slaps 130 damage. Don't know how to feel about it. Next up, number 16, and we are here with, of course, Rough Helmet. Could also be Imposing Helmet, depending on the translation here. But this is Inteleon VMAX's new tool card. Or maybe stall control decks, seeking Crushing Hammer decks, you never know. Whenever the active Pokemon this card is attached to is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, choose an energy card attached to that attacking Pokemon and return it to your opponent's hand. We also have the Hydro Snipe or whatever it is called with Inteleon VMAX, Hydro whatever. The first attack, you know, slapping 60 damage, returning an energy from your opponent's active to their hand. So incoming, let's say You have yourself Inteleon VMAX. They attack into you, and energy goes back into their hand. You play the first attack before using Crushing Hammer and Team Yalgorn. You can actually get rid of 4 energies. Let's say you're up against a deck that has 4 energies attached. For instance, maybe a Mewtwo deck slaps into you, and energy gets returned to their hand. That means -1 energy. Then you play Team Yalgrunt, -2 energy. You play Crushing Hammer, there's 1 head, that is -3 energy, and then the first attack, -4 energies. That's so crazy to think about. And every single time they attack you, the energy goes back. So if you're playing a deck that needs 2 energies to attack with in the first place, and you're playing like the Yalgrunt and Crushing Hammer, oh, this is going to be so impactful. Yeah, this is an interesting tool card. I'm only putting it here on the number 16 spot because in theory I think it only works with Inteleon VMAX for now, but this is very disruptive because lots of decks VMAXs need multiple energies to attack with in the first place. Number 15, Karen's Conviction. Karen's Conviction is an interesting card because you can actually get this in the late game. There's also the Lantern, which actually can get it back as a... there's an item card which allows you to recover single strike supports from the discard pile, so don't sleep on that. We already talked about Seviper being an honorable mention, but you can actually put Seviper or maybe Primeape or even Single Strike Urshifu VMAX to the whole different level. Single Strike Pokemon will be able to dish out more damage. It states, during this turn, your Single Strike Pokemon's attack do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon for every prize card your opponent has taken. So, yeah. Let's just be honest. Let's say the opponent has taken 4 prize cards. They knocked out like 2 bench hitters or whatever. They've taken 4 prize cards. Or maybe 1 prizer and in combination with a VMAX. You never know. They took in 4 prize cards. You slash 80 damage extra during that turn. 80 additional damage. Crazy. 80 additional, and that's even without the single strike energy. So that means an attack, let's say a random single strike Pokemon like Stonejourner, which actually slapped like 40 damage if their stadium card in play, could actually go for crazy numbers with single strike energies, Karen's Conviction, and all that damage boosting capabilities. You can get it back with the Lantern item card, you can get it back with Eldegoss. So I think this will see play in single strike decks to actually finish off stuff and just go for one-hit KOs for maybe with 1 prize decks like Primeape or Seviper. So big fan of this card. Yeah, it will help out. I remember Professor Kukui being played just so you can draw 2 cards and slap 20 more damage. This potentially can get yourself over like 100 extra damage if the opponent has taken 5 prize cards. In the late game, it's ridiculous how much damage output you're going to be able to accumulate or actually add to your damage output. And that's even without single strike energy. So this is very dangerous. If you're a single strike deck, you want to be one-hit KOing Pokemon, it's going to be possible with Karen's Conviction. We still have draw mechanisms like Cricketune V. There's the new Galarian Articuno. There is the, before rotation, there's still Oricorio. There's the Dane, there's Crobat V. You're going to be able to draw so much cards, so you can actually allow yourself to play this supporter for extra damage output. Insane. Moving forward, number 14. Echoing Horn or Echo Horn, whatever you want to call this. This is a rapid strike card, and it actually allows you to put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench. Yeah, ADP players will love this card. That's crazy. You remember playing Mawile, scouting the opponent's hand? Oh, I see a basic Pokemon, you're instantly happy? Well, who cares about that? The opponent might just think that they're safe in the discard pile. Like, oh, I'm not going to be playing the Danis and Crobats against an ADP list. Let's just put them in the discard pile. They're safe there. They're never safe anywhere. You could be playing Marnie and then Mawile GX. You could be playing Echoing Horn, putting them from the discard pile onto the bench. You can bust them up instantly with Boss's Orders. It's going to be ridiculous. Basic Pokemon are never safe anymore. And I think this will be played maybe alongside Victini VMAX in the post-rotation, so you can gust up like Crobats, Eldegoss, whatever you see in the opponent's discard pile. You could be pairing this with ADP before rotation, so you can make sure you can get those 2 prize bench hitters on the bench. You can be playing this with Almastar, so you make sure the opponent is in an item lock. It's going to be a great card all around. It's a Rapid Strike flavored card, so you can search it out with Octillery if you're playing that. So very great card, Echoing Horn, Echo Horn, whatever you call it, it's great. 13 is Sandaconda VMAX. One of my personal favorites. I would have put it higher, but the community is not too hyped about it just yet. But I'm a big fan of this card. I cannot stress enough how good I think this is after rotation. I know right now almost all decks are playing the Mew because they want to attack against Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. Very wise, I know, but after rotation when the Mew is gone, this is the best spread deck in the world. You can be playing the attack here, Sand Pulse 60 damage, and this attack does 20 more damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So 60 to the active and 20 to each of the opponent's bench. It's like Flying Flip on steroids, and you only need 1 energy to do it. That means you can be playing Stone Fighting Energies to have yourself some extra buff, because it doesn't even matter if the opponent discards your energy, because you probably will be using Cheryl. So Stone Fighting Energy and Big Charm puts this guy to 370 HP, which probably will never get one-hit KO'd. You can be playing Telescopic Sight, so you slap 60 to the active, and then 50 to all of the bench GX and V Pokemon. If you keep doing that, you're going to be winning the game. You could be playing the Echoing Horn we mentioned before, so you can have some more Pokemon on the bench which you can KO. You have Cheryl to heal off your Sandaconda VMAX instantly. You can be combining it with stuff like Escape Rope and Switches and Orbital VMAX to even get some more stuff with the Eerie Beams. And on top of that, if you're able to just get multiple energies onto your Sandaconda VMAX, you can go for the GMAX Cyclone, which is actually like Kaleido Storm of Gardevoir and Sylveon Tag Team GX. Move any number of energy from your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon any way that you like. So 180, put all the energies from the Sandaconda V to another Sandaconda VMAX on the bench, or maybe to another attacker if you want to have other attackers in here. Then use Cheryl, heal yourself off, and go crazy with the other Pokemon. I love this card. It's gonna be good. I know Mew is still around, but I will be testing this list out for sure. I'm gonna be making some crazy decks on the channel, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't ever miss any single upload here. So Chilling Reign will be awesome. Moving forward, number 12, Inteleon. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. In a format with 300 plus HP Pokemon, is this even going to be impactful? Do you remember the Decidueye GX Sun and Moon base with the Feather Arrow sniping 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon? This is the exact same thing. Once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon. From 2 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So you can combine this with the already existing Inteleon, which is able to scout out trainer cards from the deck. You can use the Drizzile, which is very great to scout out a trainer card from the deck. You can be pairing this with Cryogonal and Boss's Orders and Galarmine, which means you can trap the opponents and then go for rapid shooters on all of the opponent's Pokemon. This is going to be a deck, mark my words, you never want to be seeing in a Cryogonal Inteleon list. You can be combining it with the new Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, which we're going to be talking about later in this video. It actually already saw success in Japan, and I know it's only 20 damage, but it's a Rapid Strike Pokemon. You can be also using the Rapid Strike energy with it to snap 70 and then stripe some damage around. Interesting card for sure. It's on the number 12 spot. I already saw some success in Japan, so people are actually putting it a little bit higher. I think 2 spots higher for the community, but for now, I'm putting it on the number 12 spot, which is very nice indeed. 11 is Articuno V, or should I say Galarian Articuno V, and this is a card that is stackable, which is something I like. People like Tord Reckless love consistency. We've seen it before, like he played like 4 Zeraora GX in his list with Zoropod back in the London Internationals. I think it was 2017, put Zoroark on the map, everybody played Zoroark afterwards. He played a consistent ADPization line, which also draws cards. This draws cards, so let's just be honest, if it draws cards, it's good. Ability, Psychic Construct. Once during your turn, you may discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, draw 1 card. I know it's one measly card, but you can dig so deeply into the deck. For instance, you can use the attack. Let's say you get 3 of them out. It's a basic Pokemon, so you can get rid of your entire hand, draw 3 extra cards. That is something you can do, like discard 2 cards, draw 1 card. Discard 2 cards, draw 1 card. It could be interesting and stuff like Mad Party. You could be filling up your hand once again with Kricketune V. This could be your additional draw card. You can draw with Kricketune, draw with Galarian Articuno V, draw with Oricorio V. Could be seeing play maybe on Blounce. You have to test it out. It's interesting for sure because it draws cards and that's good. Its attack probably will be not that impactful. 110 and the opponent's active is confused. You can be playing this in Mewtwo to discard your GXs to get them in the discard pile. You can go for a Quick Ball, get your Pokemon, and that means you can discard cards from the hand. Interesting, you could also try pairing this with the Mustard cards. Of course, the Mustard cards allow you to play this if the last card's in your hand, so interesting for sure. Galarian Articuno V. Oh boy, what else? Number 10, Galarian Moltres V. As you can see, these are the alternate artworks and they are so freaking beautiful. These are gonna be costing quite a little bit of money because they are just so busted, sought after cards. We have here the bolstered wings of Galarian Moltres V. Once during your turn, you may attach a dart as energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. You can use more than 1 bolstered wings ability per turn, so this is not stackable. Articuno was stackable, this is not stackable, but this actually allows Eternus VMAX to just get rid of their, they're scared of Crushing Hammer. Let us be honest, Eternus, if they actually go first, they attach, they pass, and they have 1 energy, they're afraid of the Crushing Hammer is landing successfully and losing yourself the game. Don't worry about it. Play maybe 1 or 2 energy switches, maybe 3 energy switches, and play Galarian Moltres V. That saves yourself instantly. If they play Crushing Hammer, don't worry about it. Use the ability, get the energy back, energy switch to your Eternatus, attach of turn, boom! Fix your Crushing Hammer weakness. Not only that, you can just hide it on the bench a little bit until you're ready to attack with 190. 190 gets rid of bench hitters. Think about Crobat, think about the Danite, think about Cricketune, Cricketout, whatever bench hitter you might think about. Just, you are going to be awesome. Not only that, 190 times 2 also gets rid of the Shadow Rider Calyrex, which we're going to be talking about later down in this video. Very great card. Unfortunately, it's not stackable, but I love the ability. It reminds me of Naganadel of Lost Thunder, but only works for basic darkness energies once during your turn. But getting a free attachment onto your board is always nice for sure. Moving forward, number 9. Passimian. Yeah, Passimian has gotten a lot of love in the TCG before with the Sun and Moon. I think the one that has team play attack. I don't know what it was, but it was good. Passimian Rapid Strike card, which is good. His ability is where it is going to be ridiculous though. All of your Rapid Strike Pokemon's attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon V and Pokemon GX Pokemon. So it's gonna be crazy. You cannot apply more than 1 throwing catch at any time, so you cannot stack them. Let's say you get 4 Passimians onto your bench, it will not be 120 damage extra. It won't only work. You only need like 1, maybe 2 copies in your deck if you really want to depend on it, but this is going to be helping out so much. Any Rapid Strike deck that wants to snipe damage is going to be crazy. We also have the Scroll, which allows you to spread damage against everything. Helps out. I think this puts Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX to a whole different level. Imagine you snap 120 to 2 of the opponent's Pokemon. Now it's going to be 150 damage to 2 of the opponent's GX or V Pokemon. Combine that with Telescopic Sight. Crazy. You're going to be getting to 180 to 2 of the opponent's bench V Pokemon or GXs. Urshifu is going crazy. It's definitely going crazy. So yeah, Urshifu gets better with this. Also, Zeraora will get better because of this card. And also this attack. This attack does 20 damage to 1 of your opponent's Pokemon. It also is able to attack itself. So very great card, Passimian, as a support Pokemon for your spreading archetypes. It's gonna be ridiculous. Moving forward, number 8. We are here, Cresselia. Cresselia is an amazing Pokemon. Reminds me of Volcanion of Unbroken Bonds. If you're playing Cresselia, you probably always want to go second. And if you go second, you can search your deck for 3 Psychic Energies and attach them to 1 of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So you cannot put them to different type of Pokemon like Volcanion. You have to put them to 1 Pokemon. I know you're weak against Boss's Orders, but let's be honest. If you get 3 energies onto your board instantly, if you go second, it's worth it. If you go first, you can actually go for only 1 energy. So that's that. And if you have at least 5 energies in place, so 5 or more, you actually slap 120 with its Photon Laser attack. This will help out Mewtwo decks, Dusknoir Trevenant, Greens list. You can be playing it with the new Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Lots of options for Cresselia. Very, very, very great card. And I am very afraid of the Dusknoir Trevenant. Let's say you go second, use Cresselia, accelerate 3 energies to your Dusknoir Trevenant, and the following turn it's Nightwatch Party, Reset Stamp, Marnie, all that good stuff. I'm actually scared of that archetype because of a card we're going to be talking about later down in this video. A very busted stadium card, aka. You can actually get more energies for Shadow Rider Calyrex. You can get your Mewtwo set up, so Psychic Mewtwo. Who cares about Star Search when you can go for this attack instead, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Cresselia is busted. Moving forward, number 7. Fog Crystal. The Crystal Ball is here. Do you remember Net Ball? Well, this is Net Ball for Psychic type Pokemon. Search your deck for a basic Psychic Pokemon or a basic Psychic Energy card, and yeah, put it in your hand. So in the early game, you can search your Cresselia out, you can search your Mewtwo out, you can search your Shadow Rider Calyrex V out. If you're playing the Gardevoir deck, you can search your Ralts out. So many good things to love about this card. It's a consistency card, not as good as Mysterious Treasure back in the days of I think it was Forbidden Light. Could be wrong, but yeah. It's a very great card nevertheless. In the late game, if you don't need any Pokemon anymore, you can also search for energy. So it's yeah, a lot of versatility to the card, that's for sure. Number 6, Zeraora. Lightning power by your side. Tapu Koko Prism Star is still legal when this set comes out. So you're gonna have 2 months of fun with Zeraora and Tapu Koko Prism Star and combined with the Rapid Strike Energy, which means you can get this attack off in one go. I would suggest combining with the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX and Tapu Koko Prism Star. So a lightning build of Urshifu VMAX is the best way to go about it. First off, you have to attack with a Rapid Strike Pokemon, which is not Zeraora, and if you're able to do that, let's say For our purposes, let's go. You go for Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX and go for a Guild Trust. Kajam, 150 damage. You're already content, and the following turn, you're gonna be able to go for Tapu Koko Prism Star, another Rapid Strike Energy, and go for Cross Fist. 100 damage, and if any of your Rapid Strike Pokemon use an attack during your last turn, except for this Pokemon, yeah, this attack also does 160 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Suddenly 100, this is like mini Tag Bolt GX, right? I know it's not like 200 and 170, but 100 and 160 is also not bad. Definitely combining with Telescopic Sight, you can go for 190, which of course, the Passimian you can go for 220, which means you can actually like Cross Fist and Knockoutization on the bench. What? Crazy. So Zeraora, very good. Community also thinks it's a very great card. But there are still 5 remaining cards that are way better than all the cards we talked about before. So are you guys ready? The top 5 will start right now. Number 5, Melony. Yeah, it's the new Welder. Or is it? Let me explain. Welder was the best supporter ever printed because of the fact you were able to accelerate 2 energies and drawing 3 cards. You're actually making Hop useless because of the additional of accelerating energies. Exact same thing here. Melony is able to attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V, then draw 3 cards. Okay, this is a tiny little bit better in the late game. Let's say they reset stamp you to 1 card, you top deck Welder. It's useless because you don't have any fire energies, right? With Melony, it's not the case because you actually are able to draw the 3 cards and accelerate a water energy from the discard pile. In the late game, there's probably going to be enough water energy in your discard pile anyhow, so you're going to have that energy acceleration. It is in stiff competition with, of course, the new Frostlass in the set. I didn't mention it because we still have Frostmoth. Frostmoth is able to accelerate water energy to your benched water Pokemon. Melony can accelerate to the active, but it also is a little bit weakened down because you can only accelerate to V Pokemon. So yeah, it doesn't give any love to the one price archetypes, unfortunately. But for one price archetypes, I wish just using Frostmoth. Frostmoth still has Level Ball, so that's why it's not higher up on the list, just because we still have other options. But Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX will adore this card for sure. You can draw 3 cards, accelerate energy, so you technically can go for like water type Pokemon that need 3 energies. And if you go first, it's gonna be awesome because you attach, you pass. The following turn, Melony attach, you can get the attack off. So that's why I love about this card. Melony also very great in the late game if you get Marnied or whatever. I know Reset Stamp gets rotated in of course September, but before that you can actually play Melony after a Reset Stamp if you get maybe a little bit of luck to get to the Melony top deck. You're gonna be awesome for sure. Number 4, talking about water, we have the water type Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Okay, I actually removed myself a little bit. Actually need to get this text filled up here. So as you can see, the Emperor Ride, 10 damage plus 30 more for every one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So in the typical game, if they have 5 bench Pokemon, you stop 160 for 2 colorless energies. Not too shabby, right? Against stuff like Eternatus VMAX, you can even get bigger numbers. That is actually ridiculous. It's going to be 250, which you can hit. Not too bad, right? If they have like 8 bench Pokemon. That's not actually that's not good. Actually, not bad at all. The next attack is Max Lance, 10 damage. You may discard up to 2 energies from this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 120 damage more for every energy you discarded in this way. So you have the option. Either you discard 0 energies and slap 10 damage. Why would you do that? You never know, right? If you discard 1 energy, 130. If you discard 2 energies, 250. 250 for 2 water energies is good. This is going to be the same method like Victini VMAX. You're threatening. If you go first, you're threatening the opponent to actually knock out their evolving Pokemon. For instance, you go first, Ice Rider Calyrex V, you attach an energy, you're already saying like, oh no, if they have boss and an energy, they could actually hunt my V Pokemon instantly. That's why I love about this card. I know it's weak to metal. We still have weak guard energy, which you potentially could be using here before rotation. But on the other hand, you can go crazy as soon as your second turn, slapping 250 damage as a max damage output. Ridiculous. You have Melony to set yourself up so you don't need a Frostmoth line, which means you're a little bit more consistent. Ice Rider Calyrex V, the regular one, slaps 200 as well, which is nice damage output. Definitely two-shotting VMAX Pokemon. So yeah, you could love this card. I know you're weak to metal, but on the other hand, you one-hit KO stuff that is weak to fire as well. Think about Victini VMAX, Senscourge VMAX. So that's not too bad, right? Definitely an interesting card. One of the poster boys from the set, Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Now the number 3 2 and 1 are very great. I wouldn't blame you if you put them in a different order. But let's go. The top 3 here. Top 3 Chilling Reign cards. You guys ready? Number 3, Galarian Zapdos V. For me personally, it's my favorite card, but the community just bumps it down to the number 3 spot. I cannot blame you because the upcoming cards from now on are very, very busted indeed. So Galarian Zapdos V is designed to put Eternatus VMAX in check. It's the perfect counter. It one-hit KOs Eternatus VMAX even with a weak guard energy because... Let's just talk about this card in general. You can look at this card and say like, wow, this card slaps 170 damage, but you need 4 energies. That's a little bit hard, right? And then you look closely at the ability, Fighting Instinct. For each of your opponent's V Pokemon in play, this Pokemon needs 1 cardless energy less to attack. After rotation, let's just say without rotation, let's say you're up against Eternatus. They have 1 Eternatus, maybe 2 because they want to go for that Power Accelerator, and they have a Crobat in play. That's a typical Eternatus list, right? You could be running this Galarian Zapdos with Aurora Energies in your whatever deck you might please and have an answer against Eternatus instantly. And maybe an auto win instantly just because of the fact that if they slap down enough V Pokemon, which they probably will do, they need an attacker, Eternatus. They need to draw cards with Crobat as well as they need a backup attacker in the form of Eternatus, the other one. So what you can see, maybe Galarian Moltres is also one of the on their bench. That means for 1 energy, 170 damage, and before you dish out the damage, you discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active before dishing out the damage, before calculating the damage. So that means, I know weak guard energy is still around before rotation, but there's a huge problem for Eternatus here, because even with weak guard energies, you slap them in the face for a weakness, and 170 times 2, 340, Eternatus will go down. They could tech in Big Charms, but you could tech in as well. You could be blending Tool Scrappers, Tool Jammers, whatever. Galarian Zapdos is insane with Aurora Energies. And if you're ever having trouble against Darkness or Eternatus in general, just slide in a couple of Aurora Energies and a Galarian Zapdos, and you're going to be winning that game instantly. So that's how good Galarian Zapdos is. You could also you two-shot other VMAXs as well. So yeah, that's also good, right? Low maintenance attacker, just attach of turn, slapping 170, super high efficient damage. I like this card a lot. Zapdos is my mascot. It's like, yeah, my channel name, so it's gonna be awesome playing around with this card. And the alternate artwork is so amazing. The Roadrunner Zapdos is going to go on a rampant with Chilling Reign. Now, 2 cards left to talk about. Let's talk about number 2, Path to the Peak. This was so close of getting my number 1 card. So close. And the reason that it's not my number 1 card is because, yeah, people will be playing more stadiums. It's as simple as that. It's not like Calyrex XL where you're not able to overlap this card. Path to the Peak is like Power Plant on steroids. How many times did you lose games because of a reset stamp and Power Plant? Yeah, enough, I know. Now Path to the Peak also shuts down any other Pokemon with rule boxes. So you shut down Tapu Koko Prism Star, which has a rule box, the Prism Star rule box. You shut down GX abilities, for instance, the Dene GX, Silvally GX, Heatran, Hotburn, yeah, I think it's Burning Road ability. You shut down Oricorio, you shut down V Pokemon Crobat V, you shut down Eternal Zone of the Eternatus VMAX, you shut down so many abilities, all the abilities are shut down. You're basically in a world where you're either playing more supporter counts because you cannot rely on Eldegoss, you cannot rely on the Dene, you cannot rely on Crobat, you cannot rely on Cricketune. You're gonna be in a world. If you don't find a counter stadium instantly, if you're not playing 4 stadiums, you're going to be lost because they're going to be going for Marnie, Reset Stamp, Path to the Peak, and you're saying like, GG, well played. I can see myself games where the opponent is going to go first. Their first opening move will be Path to the Peak, attach of turn, pass. And you're saying, dang it, I don't have a stadium card in my hand, I lose the game because Quick Ball no longer means the Dene, no longer means Crobat, no longer means Intrepid Sword. You're not going to be able to use Intrepid Sword. So Zacian gets finally the counter we actually wanted in the first place. So Path to the Peak, busted card. I expect people playing either more stadium cards or more supporters in their list. And I know for certain that there's going to be a greens list with Dusknoir Trevenor, with Cresselia. They're gonna go second. They're gonna go for the attack of Cresselia, and they're gonna go for Path to the Peak, and then they're gonna say well played, because the following turn they're gonna be going for Marnie and Night Watch, and there's no way you're gonna be able to draw out of it unless you top deck a supporter. If you don't, Quick Ball useless, Great Ball useless. Even if you draw into your 2 prize support Pokemon, the Dene, Crobat, Cricketune, or Oricorio, whatever, Eldegoss, it's not gonna be working because of Path to the Peak. Path to the Peak so impactful and will shape up the metagame for sure. It will shape up the metagame. Either you play a deck without 2 prize support Pokemon with more supporters and like maybe a 3 or 4 count of the stadium card because that's super powerful. I wanted to put this at number 1, but the community decided, no, it's a number 2 card because you can counter it, and the following card is going to be number 1, Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. This is the chase card, the poster boy of the set. Shadow Rider Calyrex is busted. Let's talk about Shadow Rider Calyrex V, the basic Pokemon first, which has an attack allowing you to shut down special energies or stadium cards. Oh boy, I can see myself in a world where you're going to be able to shut down opponents instantly. Yeah, let's say you're up against Mad Party. They have 20 energy, they have triple accelerate energy, and you go second. It's like, haha, yeah. I promote my Shadow Rider Calyrex V. I attach just a single psychic energy, and out of the game, we win games against special energies. How many special energies are played? Rapid Strike energy, Single Strike energy, but those come from the deck, so you don't actually shut them down with Hondo, but you get my case. You're not going to be able to accelerate them from the hand, so that's super hard. What else? You're shutting down Speed Lightning energy, Twin energies, Triple Accelerator energies. What else do we see here? Aromatic Grass energies, Metal Coating energies. You're shutting down special energies altogether, Aurora energies as well, so super amazing attack. I know it slaps a little bit of damage. Let me see here. I think it was 10 damage. Yeah, only 10 damage, but it shuts down stuff. Also stadium cards. Imagine like you slap down Pat to the Peak, use that attack, and the opponent is not able to overlap it. Wow, you have so much turn to set yourself up. On the other hand, I wouldn't play that because of Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Before we talk about that, the basic Pokemon here also slaps 50 damage to 2 of the opponent's Pokemon for 3 energies, which is actually easy to do. You can actually accelerate with Cresselia. You have the Fog Crystal, which we talked about, so psychic types get a huge boost. It's yeah, it's been since Forbidden Light where we got Malamar and the deck, yeah, with Ultra Necrozma Malamar stuff. That psychic was so dominant. It's going to be dominant. It's going to be the first place winning list. I know Mewtwo is also a psychic type, so on the other hand, but that uses attacks from other GX, so technically, it's not pure psychic. Anyhow, I was talking about Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX and why it's going to be so dominant. Imagine Zeraora GX with trait. Fusing Dancing with Malamar. Fusion. Ha! We got Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. So good, the ability. Ability Hellgate. I think in the English translation is going to be definitely another name. They don't like yeah, Hell in trading card games. That's for sure. Anyhow, for now we're calling it Hellgate. It actually states, once during your turn, you can attach a psychic energy from your hands to one of your benched psychic Pokemon. So you accelerate to the psychic benched Pokemon, just like Malamar did in the day. Instead of the discard pile, it's from the hand. So it's nice because you have ways to search them out. Before rotation, Viridian Forest. After rotation, Training Court. You can go for Fog Crystals as well, which searches out the energy. So for Fog Crystals, definitely going to be introduced for this deck. And if you do that, you draw 2 cards. And this also is stackable. For every Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, you can do that. I see myself in a perfect world where I'm going first. I'm slapping down Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, Fog Crystal Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, going for Quick Ball, going for another Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, and there's 3 set up. The following turn, I evolve one of them, I attach an energy to the bench, I draw 2 cards. The following turn, you evolve, actually the same turn, you draw into like maybe Evo Incense or whatever, you evolve into another one, drawing more. You're going to be drawing so many cards with that. It's ridiculous. I love myself the Make Do ability of Chinchino. This actually comes with paired energy acceleration. Ridiculous. And not only that, its attack, Max Geist. Actually, is it Geist? Let's see here. Yes, the translation is Geist for now. It could be still something else in the translation, but for now, let's say Max Geist, 10 damage. This attack does 30 more damage for every psychic energy attached to all of your Pokemon in play. So early on, you can go for Cresselia, setting 3 energies on your board, attach up the turn, and then go for some Hellgate abilities. 1, 2, 3, drawing almost your entire deck and having so many energies in play that you're going to be slapping huge one-hit KOs eventually. So either you successfully 2-shot Pokemon, or you go for one-hit KOs in the late game, and building consistency means you can make use of Boss's Orders or Team Yalgorithms to slow opponents down. You can play those supporters that you eventually wouldn't play because you don't draw cards with them. You are going to be playing them with this because you're drawing so many cards with the ability itself. So this is going to be a tier 1 archetype for sure. It already has proven itself in Japan, and I'm a big fan, so it's going to be the #1 card of Chilling Reign. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this long video of the top 20 best cards of Chilling Reign. Which cards are you looking forward to? I'm very curious to hear your opinions down below. So yeah, that was it for this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Big shout out to our sponsors. We have PotownStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. They will have Chilling Reign up on stock very shortly. You can use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% of your entire order, whether you're looking for Dragapult codes, Maybe you're looking for Eternatus codes, Zacian codes, upcoming booster packs, promo codes, whatever you need, you can use the coupon code for 5% off your order. Also, go check out cardmarket.com, the best place for European players to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Very easy to do so. Make an account and you're going to be off and going, buying cards from people all across Europe or selling cards yourself. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and the question of the day is, which card are you looking forward to most with Chilling Reign? Chilling Reign comes out on the 18th of June. I'll be opening up a lot of packs up on the channel so you have a first glance on what to expect, and of course you get all the deck profiles, all the gameplay on this channel, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't ever miss out. We're posting daily Pokemon TCG content on here, so you're definitely going to be enjoying that if you want to get better at the game or want to learn all about the latest cards in town. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks around for sticking around for 40 plus minutes. I appreciate it a ton. Spread this video to your friends and family or your Facebook groups or your Discord accounts, whatever you want. You're going to be helping out the channel a lot. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace!